And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win? The week Who Would Win from TTRRG Jared, who we have the question, who would win in a fight? Haku from Naruto versus Asajj Ventress from Star Wars. It's an interesting idea. I actually really like the idea, actually, because they both are actually very skilled. Haku still had a lot of potential, but unfortunately Haku was killed. Asajj Ventress also had a lot of potential beyond, where we saw her at. Ultimately, she ended up dying in the canon. Spoilers if you haven't read any of the extended stuff, but yeah, she actually was able to come back at least to a degree from the dark side. In fact, I believe she was actually saved from the dark side by what was it, not Galen Merrick, Vinland Quas, not Vinland, Quinlan Voss. In fact, the two were lovers, which says screw the Jedi rules. I want love. And Asajj, she ain't bad looking. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying I would. Whatever. And Haku's the. Oh, wait. Damn you, Japan. But no. So, both are highly skilled. So, the question would be who would win in a fight? Haku is a highly trained ninja. Well, technically, Haku's not even officially a ninja, but Haku is highly trained, has a Kekkei Genkai, knows water and wind release, along with ice release. We don't know all of Haku's techniques. We know Haku can use a couple like water techniques, like water needle jutsu, and Haku's proficiency is with the ice release and the crystal ice mirror jutsu. That's Haku's trump card. Haku's able to basically throw the needles out of the mirrors, hide in the mirrors. Apparently, moving in between the mirrors is like a near, if not completely, light speed level technique. So that's impressive, to say the least. Haku is also basically completely protected there because those mirrors are hard as hell to break. Standard fire won't melt them. And, you need someone who was like amped by a tail beast to shatter them. Haku is extremely fast even without the mirrors, being one of the faster ninja we've seen in the series for a good long while, actually. At least up until Lee showed up, and you're like, oh, God. It's like, I'll show you what speed really means. But again, the mirror feat is still very key here, I think, because that's really what this fight's going to kind of come down to. Haku is proficient with most weaponry and strong enough to lift Zabuza with his blade, by the way. So Haku's actually very strong. Haku's skilled at pressure points, skilled at targeting the vital organs with Senbon. If Haku needs to go for a killing shot, he can. Ultimately, though, Haku is mostly a pacifist. Like, Haku doesn't want to fight if he has to. He doesn't want to kill if he has to, but he owes Zabuza a huge debt, and so he is living to repay that. Asajj, ultimately, I believe, was originally don't remember her full backstory. She saw a Jedi do what she believed was wrong, getting a lot of people killed, and she ultimately went to the dark side, became a dark Jedi. She was not a true Sith, obviously, but she became a dark Jedi and a Jedi assassin, a Sith assassin, to be clear. And she was highly skilled. She pushed a young Anakin, young Clone Wars Anakin, to the brink, really. But he ultimately overcame her, and throughout the Clone Wars, she fought with many different opponents. She was a skilled dual wielder of, I think that's Jarkai is the, or is it Nemon or Jarkai? Technically speaking, the dual wielding form is its own thing, I believe. 1 second here. Lightsaber styles. Which one is it? Lightsaber styles. Now, that being said, I believe Nemon is the style where you essentially use the Force with your lightsaber form. And that is something she was also very skilled at doing. Okay, lightsaber combat. Oh, let's see here. I believe, okay, so Sarisu was a I know that Sheen, I believe Sheen is the first style. Makashi is the second style, which is a duelist style. Okay, where is the styles here? I'm not going to bother going through that. I need just a list of the names. I'll know when I see it. I know Sarisu is the third style. Ataru is the fourth style. Oh God, the fifth style. Stupid. The fifth style is. Okay, there. Lightsaber con. Here's the forms. Here we go. All right, Shicho is the first style. It's the oldest known form. It's a very simplistic style. Makashi is regarded as the duelist style, designed for straight-on saber-to-saber combat. Soriso is the defensive style. It's designed as like kind of a light hand. There we go. Ataru is the acrobatic style. 4 and 5 is Shien / Dimso. Let me see here. And then Nimon is considered the most popular style and that's form 6. It balances all the weaknesses. It lacks any major weaknesses, just has a severe strengths. I believe Jimso is where you can also, and Shien and Jimso is the aggressive style and used for deflecting lightsabers. Okay, wait a minute. Using Jarkai, that's the one I'm thinking of. Jarkai is a variant of other styles. It's like a variant of a couple of them, but that's the one where you use 2 blades. So she's a master of Jarkai. That's what she does. And obviously, having a lightsaber is a pretty impressive little weapon to have. Because even though those things, standard fire wasn't going to do it, a lightsaber is pretty much a superheated plasma blade, which means you're cutting through that ice pretty easily. Beyond that, though, Asajj is actually extremely... One of the things she's very proficient in is augmenting her physical abilities with the Force. She is extremely fast. Most Jedi have, no joke, near light speed level reflexes. Because in space, a lot of the time when they're flying, they are piloting it themselves, and they're dogfighting at near light speed sometimes. Or they're traveling and got to navigate through space at light speeds. She also has certain levels of precognition, using the Force. Telekinesis is another big thing. And both of them are trained killers. Both of them, though, are not actually bad people. One of them has a big redemption arc. Well, a long-term redemption arc with Asajj, and the other is just not a bad person with Haku. He was just in a bad scenario. So who wins this fight? I feel like the answer is actually... Now, don't get me wrong. There's a reason this didn't go into the speed round, because these still are 2 exceptionally trained individuals. And honestly, I think Haku would be able to give Asajj a decent fight to start with. And manipulating ninjutsu, using water, using their sheer speed. Asajj has got good reflexes. If her and Haku clash, Haku unfortunately is going to be on the losing end because the lightsaber is going to cut through anything Haku has. It's all going to come down to the crystal ice mirror versus Asajj. Now, initially, when Asajj will be like, you're joking. You think that will do anything? It's like, let us find out. And immediately when those things come out of the ice mirrors, Asajj is going to be on the defense immediately. Like, her initial instinct is probably going to be to try to block. Unfortunately, there's going to be so many of it, and even with all her reflexes and 2 lightsabers, there are going to be hits that get through. Haku will then is not going to dilly the tally in this case, especially because unlike with say Naruto and Sasuke, Haku's got no attachment to Asajj here, so he's going to try to go for the kill. The problem is then when Asajj is like finally taking this completely seriously, Asajj can just slice the mirrors down easy. It's like she sliced through them with ease, and all of a sudden, if she wants to use telekinesis to literally crush the mirrors or just shatter them, throw them around, this is going to cause Haku to have to escape, and Asajj using the Force to sense Haku out to just kind of end Haku there. The problem here is that the Force is far more versatile than just chakra is. Chakra is a limited pool of energy that you have inside you. The Force, technically, you have no limitations on the Force, provided that you're able to stay connected. And so, add on to the fact that, in terms of experience, Asajj has just had way more battle experience. And I mean in combat war battle experience. Has a far just deadlier weapon in her hand. Is able to could just theoretically telekinetically block and push the needles back and just take out this dome whenever she wants. Not to mention, she is still technically fueled by her anger if she wants to be, so she could dip back into the dark side if she needs to. She can force choke Haku at any point in time she wants. And her reflexes are just as good, if not better, than Haku's. So, ultimately, yeah, I don't see Haku really making it out of this fight. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. I would go with Asajj Ventress. Let me know if you would go differently. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.